Hutch Mansell is your average family man. He lives in a nice house and has a wife, 2 kids, and works as an accountant. A chain of events begins and snowballs out of control once Hutch's family is robbed by 2 thugs. Be careful who you cross in this world. They could be nobody. I am your host, Mark Rubalcaba, and I am joined by
Abel Pineda.
half of the Gruesome Twosome. As you may or may not know, Jose is in jail right now. Well,
yeah.
Maybe. We actually haven't heard from him.
Yeah, I think he did something gruesome.
Yeah, something. He's actually 75% of the Gruesome Twosome.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is the Clubhouse Movie Podcast. And remember, it's Clubhouse Movie Podcast. Even if you're watching it, it's still Clubhouse Movie Podcast.
Same name everywhere.
Yeah, we got to figure out how to get our brand out.
Yeah, we're streamlining things.
Yep. So today we are reviewing the movie Nobody, starring Bob Odenkirk.
Oh yeah, this was really good. I'll just say it right off the bat. I could not imagine Bob Odenkirk doing a movie like this, like an action movie. He did it, and I was like, now I can't see him not doing this.
My initial thoughts on it were, if True Lies and Die Hard had a baby, it would be this movie.
You know what? I kept thinking, I was like, and I thought about because I did watch this 3 times. The last time I watched it, I was like, is this what? God, I can't even think of his name. So Bruce Willis's character in Die Hard is
John McClane.
Is this John McClane's everyday life? Like, is this the life he leads when he's not John McClane?
I forgot what movie it was, but I remember they were doing like press for it, and it was like based on like a real sniper or a real Navy SEAL guy or whatever, and they were saying that all the action stars don't look like Stallone. They don't look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, like in real life, like the real snipers. They just look like dudes.
Yeah, just dudes that wear baseball caps all the time.
Exactly. So in a way, this is probably the most believable looking assassin. Like, they don't look like Keanu Reeves hanging out like he's always ready to be in the Matrix.
Yeah, like you don't want, like, if you're going to hire an assassin or you're going to be an assassin, wouldn't you want to be the most unrecognizable dude ever?
Yeah, and to me, this really harkened back to the original Die Hard, which was Bruce Willis, just a dude getting hurt.
With a tank top on.
Yeah, with a tank top on. There was
Merry
white.
Christmas, bitches.
It was just white and actually turned green by the end of the movie.
Oh, God. Yeah, we don't know why.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Yeah, I was like,
blood, sweat,
why?
tears, and dust.
and the lazy costume crew.
Yeah. I don't know if it was lazy. I think it was just the way.
They're like, let's keep this. Let's keep this for many movies.
Yeah, I remember Die Hard. I remember when The Rock tried to do Die Hard and Skyscraper. Like, what was up with that?
Oh, God, man. That movie sucked.
Yeah, it looked
Sorry,
bad.
Rock.
Yeah, sorry.
You were a pebble there.
Can't always be Viagra.
Speaking of, like, superhero guys or guys that are trying to be superheroes, the first thing I noticed when I was watching this movie is as soon as Odenkirk's character Hutch is lamenting on the fact that his house just got broken into. Spoiler.
Spoilers on all these long ones.
Yeah, he's like doing Batman, but he's Dad Man when he's like lamenting, looking at the garage. He sees that he left the pizza box that kept the garage from closing, which is what allowed the bad guys in. And he's like, I know the box. I'm like, family.
I don't know if he left it there or I thought that the robbers did it.
No, he did it because he keeps missing the damn garbage truck day.
Was that what happened?
Yeah, he keeps missing it. So it was like a thing he did.
Oh, that's stupid. So it really was, right? Yeah. I thought they did it like while he was like coming home one day.
Yeah.
And that's how they were able to like get it.
No, he totally did it himself.
Oh, wow.
It's like, dang. And then that stupid kitty cat bracelet set him off.
You know, at the very beginning of the movie, he had that cat. He pulled it out of his pocket with the he had a real kitten, and he pulled it out of his pocket with a can of tuna.
Oh, dude, I didn't even remember he pulled it out of his pocket.
Yeah.
Like, it's a cute kitten.
It just came out of like his pocket. Like, and there was a cold open where like he was being interrogated by like the FBI or something. And he just like pulled a little kitten out of his pocket.
It's like, how badass do you have to be where you're like this dude that's literally calling yourself nobody, but you whip a kitten out your pocket.
And a can of tuna.
And
fed the cat. But
like, how did he open the can of tuna? Was it one of those peel back ones?
I think he had a can opener.
Oh, dude.
It might have been one of those
peel back ones. Or he used a knife he pulled out of his damn liver from
he just did it. He had a Swiss Army knife or something. But I was thinking, like, I hope like that's not the only surviving cat.
Yeah.
That was my initial thought.
Yeah, that was mine too. I was like, I want that cat.
Yeah, and like to me, I did like this movie, and one thing that really stood out for me was the fight choreography and the fight editing.
Yeah, it was really well done. Like it wasn't like overly exaggerated. It felt real. It felt like some people actually got hits landed on them.
Yeah, I think because the new Mortal Kombat movie that came out.
Oh god, that thing.
Yeah, to me they had really bad fight editing and really bad fight choreography. Like I don't remember any of those fights. And,
yeah,
and to me they.
Well, I actually watched a few string of YouTube videos that took me down a path, which I landed on. I think the most recent Star Wars one, the newest one, whatever. And
Rise of Skywalker.
There we go, Rise of Skywalker. And I was actually watching one where they were talking about how they fought. And then I watched the movie and I'm like, oh my God, these are the most obvious misses. One dude legit just threw himself back when he wasn't even hit.
Oh yeah, there was the one where they're fighting like the Red Guard, Snoke's Red Guard.
Yeah, that's
the
the
movie
scene
before that. Oh, okay,
so it was
that was Last Jedi.
Okay, so Last Jedi.
Yeah, that's the one where like Rey missed a bunch of cues and like the dude like flips like around like twice.
Yeah. I was like, that's cool.
Well, the thing about it is like sometimes like the editing is about the flow of the scene.
Yeah, this felt very, and I don't know if you can recall this, but it felt very Daredevil from Netflix, how they do the single take fights.
Oh,
Most of those were shot single take.
Yeah, and it also reminded me of the first Transporter movie.
Yes, dude, that one.
Like that made Jason Statham's career. I remember like people were like, "Oh, what's this white guy doing like kung fu for?"
I know.
Like, he was like the first.
Yeah, the first dude. And the thing is, he like in real life, he's like legit a martial artist.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to cross that dude.
No, he'd kick you in the face.
And also, he another normal kind of looking dude too.
Yeah, like he just happens to be like a buffer bald dude. It's like just a balding dude back then.
Yeah, exactly.
But then he came out in the Italian Job too.
Yeah,
Handsome Rob. I love that movie.
Yeah, me too. It was so old school.
Yeah,
but like that scene on the bus was like bananas.
Dude, yeah. When he got thrown out the freaking window, the timing of the break of that window was perfect because he didn't just fall out easily. He hit the window. It looked like it didn't break immediately, and he kind of tumbled out.
Yeah, I remember he got on the bus, and then like those hotheads in the SUV like pulled up like they.
You mean the Russians?
The Russians.
It's always the Russians.
Yeah, right. They came out of from behind the intersection, and they just like swerved in and then crashed into like a barrier.
Yeah,
like next to the bus.
One of those sand pits.
Yeah, and he's like, "Please get on the bus. Please get on the bus."
Yeah, I think he was begging God. He's like, sometimes they say God closes the door without opening one or something like that.
Opening a window.
And as soon as he said, "God, please open that door," and ding.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I really liked that fight because it was just brutal, and he just kicked everyone's ass,
and he got his ass kicked a little bit.
Yeah, hence the Die Hard callback.
Yeah, that and obviously it correlates with John Wick. So, same people. I think it was I want to say produced by or same writer. I can't tell, but the fight scenes were heavily influenced by like John Wick.
Yeah,
I wouldn't doubt that the same fight team that choreographed that was the same team that choreographed these.
I gotta look into who's choreographing these fights these days because it used to be was his name Wu Ping.
Yeah, it was like one dude.
He did all the Matrix ones and all the Wire Work movies.
Yeah, Wire Fu.
And he did that a long time ago, but there hasn't really been a good like kung fu movie since. That's why I was really hoping Mortal Kombat would like step it up.
Yeah,
but they dropped a huge ball in a huge niche that's been dormant since like the year 2000.
Yeah, like what is it, Iron Monkey or whatever the hell?
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
That too. Yeah, these were like. The effects weren't over the top, but the fighting was. And it's like, I guess you got to have a balance there, And
now that I think about it, I think that was really the only like fight scene in the movie. Because up until like halfway through the movie, he didn't use a gun. And I was thinking like, oh, that's his thing. He doesn't use a gun. No, he was just saving guns for the end.
Yeah, lots of them. So many guns.
Yeah.
And who else did he get helped by? He got helped by freaking RZA.
Yeah.
And the Doc from Back to the Future, man.
Yeah, that was another thing that I really liked about this movie was Christopher Lloyd was back, and he was
back.
He was back, and he wasn't even like a cameo because I was going through the cast list, and I didn't even realize the dude, his wife's father, I think. Remember he owned the
Yeah.
that was Michael Ironside.
Yeah, I saw him and I was like, wait a minute, why does he look so familiar? I haven't seen this guy in anything in a while.
Yeah, he grew like a beard, and I think that was it. Otherwise, I would have totally recognized him as the guy who got his arms cut off in Total Recall.
There we go.
I'll see you at the party, Richter.
Dude, man. Oh,
he was the guy
good.
who Arnold Schwarzenegger kept banging his wife because it was her job.
God.
And he went to he went to his henchman, and his henchman's like, you don't think she enjoyed it, did you? She's like, oh no, I don't think I think she hated every minute of it. Banging Arnold Schwarzenegger in his prime,
the worst. Literally,
it was Sharon Stone.
Oh, Sharon Stone, yeah.
Michael Irons,
man. It's like, sorry, Mike, you got nothing on this one, dude.
Yeah, but that was pretty good. I really liked Christopher Lloyd, and I'm glad that he had a big role. It wasn't just him like seeing him in that one scene.
Yeah, and it was so cool.
And he was in the post-credit scene.
Yeah, I was just gonna mention that because I had missed it the first 2 times because I was like,
oh really? I always fast forward.
See, I never do that. Now I'm going to do that.
It kind of sucks though.
But yeah, I was like, oh, that's cool. But I'll tell you what, the one thing I didn't like of this movie is I didn't like the I guess I couldn't grasp the relationship between this guy's past life, so Hutch's past life, as he's an auditor, like, he's a guy, that's why he does what he does, and how much his wife and or other family members understood, because I wrote down,
dude.
So I wrote, you being you, when after he got, his house broken into, that's what his father-in-law told him, Ironside told him, you being you, and he was like, yeah. I'm like, what the hell did that mean?
Yeah, and
did he know?
Yeah, and his wife, I also wrote here, minus Hutch's wife, Becca Mansell. Was she in on it? How deep? And she cleaned up his wounds like, just another day in the office.
Yeah, or she's like, I think he said, just like old times. Actually, I have it written down. And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, so where's the disconnect between... Because they have this crazy falling out, like with their marriage and everything for years.
It wasn't even crazy. It was just, they were just like in a rut. Like
it was a terrible rut.
It was a terrible rut.
They had
like
pillows between them.
Yeah. But I was under the impression that she was just kind of always in on it. And
so I didn't notice that till the second go around.
And then just to be clear, he's an auditor, right? But not like
not like taxes or stuff like that.
He cleans up the messes that the guy needs to be killed. He's basically James Bond for the U.S.
Yeah, so people that can't be arrested, the 3-letter agencies, as he calls them, send him to audit the individual.
Yeah, so somehow him and his wife were in on it, which is cool because like I said, these long ones we don't care about spoilers, so they're full spoiler reviews.
Yeah,
because at the end he ends up with the family, and they all know that it's like a True Lies scenario.
Yeah,
where they know what's going on,
and that's what it felt like. It felt like that felt like a little homage to True Lies, and I love True Lies. So I was like, I get it. I was like, that was cool. All right, I get it.
True Lies
needs a basement.
I'm pretty sure True Lies got canceled.
Yeah,
poor True Lies.
That movie's so good.
I know,
dude. I saw that movie in theaters. My dad took me to see that. I was a child. I was like 8.
Yeah, James Cameron, man, he can't make a bad movie.
I know. People want to hate and cancel that guy, but he's like, you know what?
They don't want to hate. They don't want to cancel James Cameron, do they?
Well, I mean,
he works for Disney now.
Well, now, yeah. People are talking crap for Avatar, and like now they're like, make another one. Yeah. Please release the other one. I'm one of those people. I didn't talk crap. I love that movie.
Yeah, I want to see all 5 of them.
I do too. Bring them out.
I'm glad he made them like all at the same time, so like they could just kind of
drop every year.
I hope they're good though.
Yeah,
I hope they don't have like the Mummy Returns vibe,
those were
where it just looks like it's just like we just made it because we're here.
Because you guys said money, money, money.
Yeah, exactly. But I did like the underground world of the Auditor. I remember, like, you got to talk to the barber.
Yeah,
and I also like the fact that the RZA was just a dude on the radio.
Yeah, dude, I didn't, so good,
because I thought maybe his boss and his job was actually like part of Deep Cover too, like Get Smart, like.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
And I thought like they were just like these radios where like you get called in, but no, he was just like his buddy on the radio talking to him.
You know what's funny? What I thought about too was I like seeing the barber, which is the dude where he goes and gets all the information from.
Yeah,
I was like, are they just gonna pull a Kingsman style thing where they go in this tunnel and they end up in another place where they go train all these freaking auditors.
Yeah. But it turns out, no, that he just had a regular job.
With the ham radio.
With a ham radio talking to another spy who was just hanging out. And apparently was just itching to get out with Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah. I mean, it just...
partying somewhere.
Seriously. And it was all... The catalyst was a freaking kitty bracelet. A kitty bracelet. Like one thing... Like, if we wrote a movie like that, pretty sure we would be shut down.
Well, it started with a kitten, and then the kitten bracelet had a big thing to do with it. So maybe the writer had a lot of.
He has a thing for cats.
He's got a thing for cats.
I mean, I like my cat.
Yeah, our logo is a cat.
Yeah,
crushed the Hollywood sign. That's Penny Papalopoulos.
It's gonna happen great. But no, you know what's funny is, you know, speaking of things that started, or one thing I noticed after that started was, you know how he went to his dad. His dad stays in a nursing home. And he goes and he signs his name, and I always pay attention to these stupid the minutia here. He signs his name, and it's so calm and collected. And then he gets home, and his daughter, you know, brings up, "Hey, Daddy, where's my bracelet?" And it's in the bowl that the crooks rummaged through, and it's missing. And then he just flips back, leaves, goes back to his dad's place. And I looked at his signature because the scene, I was like, why did it zoom in on his signature, him signing it? His second signature, right below his nice, calm, collected one, was just super chaotic and just all out of sorts. I was like, oh no, that is the craziest foreshadowing ever. It's about to get down.
Nice. I like that part where he is in the tattoo parlor looking for the thug.
Dude, that was one of my notes. That was my favorite.
Because I liked it how hard like that one vet guy was.
Yeah.
He was like really hard in the beginning. You know, he had a right to be because he was a dude with like a fake FBI badge.
Yeah.
But he's like, that's an old FBI badge. What the hell's your problem? Then like
you're off by 20 years.
Yeah, all these guys are gonna kick his ass, right?
Yeah.
But then he sees like, you know, the double aces like tattoo or whatever. Because like I know like they used to say these Navy SEAL guys when they would like kill somebody put like a card on them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So maybe he was like one of those people who
probably had a full deck down his back, dude.
Yeah. Put a Joker card or whatever on these guys.
Oh man. That was cool because then
he saw it and he's like, uh-oh.
Yeah. So he's like, so they're like, to paint the scene, they're in the basement, this tattoo parlor, and this old timer sees it, and as soon as he sees it, he's like, oop. And he gets up.
He just thank you for your service.
Yeah, and then as this guy is leaving out of the room, Hutch says, "Thank you, you too, old timer." And when he says that, all you hear is the door lock, and then the camera pans to it, and it's the old timer just deadbolting every bit of that door, and then
like he knows something is going to go down and doesn't want any part of it,
and he locks him in a basement. So then the dude that's across the desk who thought he was badass with these brass knuckles, he's like, how can I help you? That was just so good. It was like such a badass moment for like a nobody.
Yeah, I know. I would have been like, hey man, I didn't know. Like you came in here with some bogus IDs. You know, I didn't think you'd understand. But I thought that was a cool scene. I'm surprised that the those thugs, and I actually use the word thugs loosely because they were just some people down on their luck apparently. But they were, I don't know, they were still pretty happy about robbing the place. Like they were pretty cozy for being like having no money for rent or whatever. So
yeah, it's like
they didn't come back and they didn't get.
I think the worst thing they had going on was they were eating top ramen.
Yeah,
I'm like, dude, I buy top ramen on purpose because I still think it tastes delicious.
And sometimes we have top tier ramen at the ramen joint.
Oh yeah. We would shout you out, but you can sponsor us.
Yeah, they don't need to sponsor us. They got it.
I know they stole all our money.
They got it. They'll preemptively sue us before we even mention their name.
I know. And we'll still go back.
I know.
And now they have a drive-through one.
Oh yeah, I was there like last week. It's so good,
dude. I've not been to the drive-through one. I can't trust it.
I went to the drive-through. Okay, tangent. I went to the drive-through one last week, right? And then like the guy didn't hear me. He was like, "Oh, well, I can't hear you. You want extra ramen?" I go, "Yes."
I don't think he didn't not hear you. I think he just saw you in the camera. Was like, "This guy's getting extra ramen."
Yeah. I always get extra ramen at the place too, but like they have it separate, so you can mix it in your soup.
Same here, man.
It's like I mixed so much ramen into that. It was like amazing.
You had a vat of ramen when you got home.
Like,
you needed a couple oars to get through it.
Dude, maybe we'll like hit that up like after this.
Oh, that'd be a great drive-through thing.
Hey, actually. Anyway, we'll talk about that later.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah. So yeah, I really like this movie. I don't know if it goes up on the Pantheon of greatest movies, but it's definitely a good apocalypse like
Yeah.
I haven't been. It's a definitely good. I haven't seen a movie in a year, action movie, especially. Actually, I don't think I've liked action movies.
Yeah.
In a long time, they've all kind of sucked.
They've all been the same thing.
They've all been pretty cliched, and I really like Bob Odenkirk.
Yeah. I do like John Wick though. Those were because when it came out, I was like, oh, that's definitely different.
Yeah, I actually haven't seen the John Wick movies.
Ooh, those are great.
So maybe we'll review those when part 4 comes out.
Yeah.
Number 4 comes out. I hate saying parts when it's not in the movie title. I hate people who do that, so don't do it.
Yeah, it's not.
It's just John Wick.
John Wick, whatever it's going to be.
Yeah, whatever it's going to be. Parabellum means prepare for war, I think.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So, you want to give it a letter grade?
I will give it a letter grade. This one, I actually paid money on iTunes to rent. So I rented it like for $20 the first time, and then I rented it again like an idiot.
Oh, because you rented it like new?
The moment it dropped.
Ah.
So because of that, this is going to be my first A. Yeah, just A, just A.
Hey, that's top tier stuff.
It's Bob Odenkirk.
I'm gonna give this movie a B. So
okay,
really good. I say nobody. It's a great action movie. It has a solid, simple story that will please action fans. It looks great and keeps you wanting more. And, I was thinking about it because, we had a little problem a minute ago. I don't know if you caught that.
Yeah.
But the Russian guy, we didn't talk about the Russian guy.
Oh, the crazy Russian guy.
He comes out and he starts singing like he's David Hasselhoff.
Yeah, dude, that was the first thing I said when I saw that. I was like, hey, it's David Hasselhoff from Russia.
So the main bad guy in this movie was, so what happened was there was this, like we mentioned earlier, this big bus fight, right? And Bob Odenkirk wrecked this one young Russian dude. He basically gave him brain damage.
Yeah, he was
just punching him to death.
Yeah,
and he had to give him a tracheotomy because he jacked up his throat so
on the
bad.
bus with a straw.
Yeah, and his pocket knife.
Yeah, his own pocket knife.
Yeah, exactly. And his uncle, I think it was this crazy old Russian dude who was in charge of security for like all the money that the Russian mob has.
Yeah,
right. And they introduced this dude like getting out of a taxi or an Uber or something.
No, he got out of his own car. His driver just did like this crazy U-turn over a median.
Yeah,
and then he walks across the street like 4 lanes of traffic without looking.
Yeah, without looking, and the cars just kind of like stop near him, and he goes into a nightclub and just starts singing like some Russian song, and it's like a Russian pop song too. It's like a funny like.
It just sounds like they're yelling, going oh. Oh,
yeah.
Oh.
And then after that, he goes like it's almost like a one take, but like a one scene, like a very fluidic scene. The way it happens because the movie kind of stops when this happens.
Yeah.
Then he goes upstairs to like the champagne room or whatever where all the thugs are hanging out, and some dude like eyeballs him like as he's walking in.
Yeah.
And then like the gangsters are like, yeah, we don't think our money's safe with you. Like we don't think you're tough enough or something.
Yeah. So his job is he's watching the Obshank, which I think is the Russian mob bank.
It's the Russian mob retirement fund.
There you go. They're 401k.
Yeah. And he's like, you don't think I'm tough enough? And he just beats the crap out of that one guy.
Yeah. Like he just slit his throat with a broken martini glass.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, whoa.
And he's like, he's one of the owners of the club. And like, everyone's like, hey, we get more shares.
Yeah. I was like, okay. That definitely felt interjected. They were like, they wrote the movie and they were like, we need to make a bad guy good for TV.
Yeah, and I now that I think about it too, I think the ending was a little cliched because they did the Home Alone Skyfall ending.
Oh yeah, totally. That's why I liked it. I like Home Alone.
Yeah, it was good, and I think the bad guy got his face wrecked pretty good.
Oh yeah.
So that was a good ending for him because we always like it when bad guys eat crap at the end
and bullets.
He ate a landmine.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah, he ate a face towards enemy claymore mine.
It was that scene was pretty badass. I'll say that.
Yeah, I wrote here. The ending was a little bit cliche, but fun. Home Alone ending. I said Skyfall and Halloween 2018.
Yeah. And this is exactly why I gave it an A. Not a plus, but an A.
Yeah, I'll still give it a B. And Jose, if he ever gets out of jail, maybe we'll see what he thinks about it. Yeah. We'll have him write a 10-page essay.
Yeah,
about
why he wasn't here.
he's in a classroom somewhere doing standards.
He's Bart Simpsoning the freaking thing.
All right. Well, anyway, I think we're gonna do our 3D.
3D.
And 3D.
Miss completely.
I do that for like the one guy who was the first waiting in line at Best Buy to get the 3D TV.
Oh God.
So I hope
it still works, guy.
Yeah, I hope you really liked it, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I hope like you got all the 3D DVDs. Like, I think
Yeah.
they were DVDs. Right?
They were DVDs, yeah.
Yeah, and I really kind of hope you sat there like right in the middle, and you had
Yeah,
like the flickering thing. So whenever like,
Yeah.
oh my god, what was up with that?
I have no idea.
Anyway, I am your host Mark Rubalcaba, joined by Mr. Abel Panetta for Clubhouse Movies Podcast. Thank you for joining us.